Welcome back to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Seth Nutting. The men's team had 3 players record career highs in points during the double overtime thriller with Loris on Wednesday night, but would that be enough to push them over 500 in conference play? Eddie Deemer was a dominant force for the Knights early on, twice getting around Loris' Ryan Kuhn for the jam and the early 25-12 lead. In the second half, Taylor Jacobsmeyer would record 3 of his personal best 19 points seen here. Loris would make a late run, however, as Alex Klein and Mirko Gerchik both knocked down Trace for the Dewhawks. Loris would have the lead with under a minute to play in regulation, but Jordan Cannon would draw the foul and leave the game with an injury, but Eddie Deemer would hit both free throws, sending the game into overtime. In the second overtime, Klein came up big again, hitting the 3, giving the Dewhawks an 89-88 advantage. Then with the game on the line and Cannon back in, the freshman would drive once again to the lane, gets some hang time, and buries the shot. Loris' final shot would be just long as the Knights held on to the 90-89 victory. Wartburg is now 4-3 in conference and 10-8 overall. 2 big rivalries converged on Independence High School last night. Cedar Valley Today's Justin Zacconi tells us why the duels mattered the most to one set of brothers competing.
On Thursday night, Independence High School played host to 2 of the biggest wrestling rivalries in Iowa, Independence West Delaware and Wartburg Co. Wartburg 285-pound senior Ryan Fank is from Independence and came back to wrestle at his old stomping grounds for the first time since claiming the 2A state title in 2010. Fank still remembers the rivalry well and brings it up with fellow classmate and West Delaware alum Brent Yankovic.
Competed each other all throughout high school, and now we're teammates, roommates, and we always give each other smack, every now and then about it.
Even though Independence came back to beat West Delaware and claim the Highway 20 trophy, followed by a Wartburg win shortly after, what made the night special is that Ryan finally got to compete in the same gym as his little brother Kyle. Kyle is ranked number 3 in 185 in 2A, but that isn't as great as competing in the same place as his older brother.
I never got to wrestle with him on the same night, even in the same gym, so sharing that mat out there with him was pretty big.
Ryan missed out on watching Kyle compete because he pinned his man too fast. Independence head coach Michael Doyle says that both Fanks have an aggressive approach to wrestling. Maybe Kyle picked up a thing or 2 from Ryan. He considers him one of his best teachers of the sport.
I learned a lot. He's taught me a lot of things, and he's just been a good coach.
Next year, Kyle will follow in Ryan's footsteps and continue his wrestling career at Wartburg. After all, what better person to learn from than your older brother? Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Justin Zacconi.
To watch more highlights and view the final results from last night's duel, go to thewartburgcircuit.org. We'll be right back.